Wilson Morales from Black Film TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Good,
Good,
how are
good. How are
you?
you?
Hey, you're in this film that people have been wanting to see for a minute. So, how long did it take? Have you been a fan of all of the movies before you took this, or did you have to play catch up and start watching it from the beginning? Kylie?
Oh no, I was already a huge Descendants fan. Like, that's honestly an understatement. Like, I vividly remember rushing home from fourth grade and running across the street to my neighbor's house because we were both giant Descendants fans, like, ready for the premiere of it. This was 2015. I was 9, and we just sat down, watched the first one, and the minute that Rotten to the Core came on, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Like, they're incredible. I want to be a VK. So it's just wild. If my little self could see that this is my reality right now, she would be freaking out.
The exact same thing with me. I mean, there's no catch up needed with this. It was an obsession when it first dropped. So now
Totally.
being here is such a crazy reality to live by. And our younger selves would be freaking out, I'm
They'd be
sure.
proud.
And to have icing on the cake, you have some of the originals from way, way back, like Brandy,
Right.
and the others. What's that feeling like to not only star in this movie, but work with people who are an audience knows, they've been watching for at least a decade or so?
I think it's so amazing that they're able to be a part of this and that we're able to learn from them and look up to them in such a, admirational way because they truly are these icons that we have seen for years. Having Brandy and Rita Ora and even China and Melly Paxton, who plays Fairy Godmother. I mean, we're bringing all these worlds together that I feel like create this fairy tale reality that we're able to live by filming it, and you guys are able to live by watching it. So I hope you're able to tap into it in the same way that we did while we were making it because it truly was such a magical experience.
I like to think that when anybody takes on a role, just a little bit of themselves and the characters they're playing. For each of
Mm.
you, how do you relate to the characters, whether it be Red or Chloe? Kylie?
I think with me and Red, she's definitely someone who likes to, kind of explore and draw outside the lines, I guess you could say, and kind of do things her own way. And just I feel like she's very free and I try to implement that in my own life for sure. Maybe a little too much. I think she she can take out her aggression in some crazy ways for sure, smashing the vases in Wonderland and all kinds of, crazy shenanigans that she gets into. So I think that she's so herself, and I hope that I can kind of implement that, and she's inspiring in that way for sure.
What about
Definitely.
Amelia? How are you related to Chloe?
Oh, Chloe, we sword fight each other every day.
Yeah, you're
No,
such a sword
I'm just such a sword
fighter.
fighter in my free time. No, Chloe and I are very similar in the ways that we both are very loyal and we love love, and we love to see people connect and kind of spark energy with each other. I love and I admire Chloe in the way that she fights for what she believes and that she's so strong-minded in everything that she thinks and just goes towards. I think yeah, I think that's a I think that's why we're similar. Which is, yeah, no.
There's a whole new audience that's going to start watching this. There's a whole new audience that's going to play catch up, and
Yeah.
rightfully so. And like you mentioned, you've been watching this from the beginning. So congrats on the roles. Let's
Yeah.
hope you can come back again for whatever the story may be. You never know. This is a franchise that
Yes.
never dies. So take care of yourselves. Congrats again.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much.
Have a good day.
Hi, Morales from Black Women TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Hi,
Hi,
good.
so
How are
nice to meet
you?
you.
Good. So, how many of you have watched it from the beginning, or did each of one of you had to play catch up in watching the series before you started doing this?
I've seen them
Dara?
all.
Oh
I
my
saw
gosh,
every single
yeah.
one.
Literally, I definitely like started rewatching again, even though I watched them as a child, but I definitely like had it on
Yes.
repeat.
During the
Yes.
audition, like
Yeah.
it was the only thing that was in my entire house.
No,
So yeah.
same.
And now I can tell my family, like, hey, it was worth it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You didn't listen to Rotten to the Core 15 times.
For a reason.
So, coming into this, you start playing these characters. I like to ask, how do you relate to the character you're playing? Ruby?
Oh, well, I think now, I don't know if I was able to say this before, but I think now I'm able to relate to Bridget in the way where she handles really tough situations with as much softness as possible. It's a work in progress, but I really appreciate that about her.
What about you, Morgan?
Me? Oh my gosh. I think the complete opposite. I think that Ella is super blunt and so is Morgan. So is me. So am I. Wow, grammar. Hey girl. But it's something that I look up to and I was really excited to bring into this version of Cinderella.
Yeah,
And
I
how
guess.
exciting is it? Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm saying, how exciting is it that they brought back Brandy and the other members from previous films and stuff like that to be in this particular one?
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I grew up on Brandy's Cinderella, so yeah, I mean, I didn't know that she was going to be Cinderella until they literally told me that I booked it. And I was like, "Oh, that's insane. That's nuts." But
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure, but I'm more excited than anything that I get to kind of attempt to fill those shoes in a way.
Exactly, yes. And working with China and McClain was truly like a gift. I love her so much. I've been watching her since like House of Pain back in the day, Daddy's Little Girls. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
True fan. So she was literally everything I expected and so much more. Such a genuine soul and a kind spirit. So I'm really grateful that I get to be your auntie.
I love
You know, this is a franchise that never dies. What do you think is the joy of them keep continuing to make a series like this, you know, and bringing in new characters, recurring characters, old characters, and so forth?
I think it's almost kind of undescribable. Like
Yeah.
Descendants just really has such a pulse to it and such undescribable magic to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's-
Like I don't really know if there is a word for it.
I think
Yeah.
it's effortlessly nostalgic because you can
Yeah.
always expand and like it's
That's
like
so good.
like how many more characters that can they create? It's endless, and that's
Yeah.
really really cool and exciting. And
Sure.
I'm really glad that they have because
Yeah.
it's been really cool. Especially I'm Cinderella, so I've been there. I've been in the canon, but these
Yeah.
two like really brought these new characters to life, and it was so cool to watch. And I'm so excited for everybody else to see too.
The imagination can just run wild. Like
Yes,
really just
so many
like,
opportunities.
endless.
Yeah, and options.
So congrats on the film. You know, let's hope there's more in which we can get that can keep exploring these characters because you never know where they're gonna go. We'll talk down the road.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.